Hey, Nikki here, and in this video I'm going to show you a couple different exercises that you can do to address any knots that you might be feeling in your neck. So stay tuned. All right, let's get into it. So for these exercises, I am going to be using a resistance band in a moment. Mine's pretty light, but use what you got. You don't have to have the exact one I have. I have one of those light pull-up or jump stretch bands. Maybe you more like a TheraBand, that's okay. The other thing I want to address really quickly is that while you may feel like you've knots in your neck, if we were to not that we would do this, but do a cadaver dissection and cut you open, you wouldn't find them there. The reality is that feeling of a knot has more to do with a tensional relationship that's coming actually from your nervous system about the position of your shoulder and your neck. So the way that we address that, there's a few things. First off, if you have ongoing pain and issues, you probably want to consult with a physical therapist or medical provider for diagnosis and treatment. But from a general sense of how we might want to go about addressing that tension relationship, it's really about stimulus either through stretch and or strength. Most of us need more strength through our whole upper body, and a lot of the time strength-based work will actually make things feel better. That's a whole nother conversation that's not going to happen right now, but for our purposes today, I'm going to show you one stretch and a couple sort of strength stability exercises that when you activate the muscles around the shoulder, often help the neck feel better. So let's just start with this neck stretch. Again, if it doesn't feel good in your body, skip this one or check with your doctor. But what I want you to do is take your hand up to your head, and then I want you to sort of slide your head over. I know it's weird, right? And then reach through your arm. And then once you've slid your head over, I just want you to drop your ear to your shoulder slowly. And what you'll probably feel, hopefully, is a stretch somewhere down here in this lower neck area. You can nod your eyes or your nose a little up or a little down even. Hold there for a moment. And then come back up. Let's try the other side. So kind of take your hand, slide your head over, right? The rest of my body stayed fairly still. Reach your arm and then drop your ear to your shoulder. And hopefully you'll feel kind of like a little something something through this general line. And again, you can nod your nose a little up or a little down. And then come out of that. So that one might feel kind of nice. For me, that always opens up that area a little bit in kind of those lower cervicals where we tend to be a little bit stuck or jammed. Second thing you can do, let's grab onto our resistance band. And you can hold onto it with one hand, put it around your foot. And then all we're going to do is roll the shoulder back, around, and forward. So we're just doing a shoulder roll. Notice my elbow is staying straight. And I'm trying to hold my body still as I just roll my shoulder around. And let's do a few the other way. So forward, up, and back. Again, these should actually feel really good to feel your shoulder move all the way through its ranges of motion. You could do anywhere from 3 to as many as 6 or 8 even. And let's just do the other side. So pop that around your foot, choke up as needed. The more you choke up, the more tension you'll have. And then roll the shoulder back, around, and forward. And then hold there, and then let's go the other way. Good work. And again, you could do more or less depending on what you need. Let's do a couple rows with this. Activating a lot of the time kind of the back side of our shoulders and arms can make our neck feel better. Go figure. So what you're going to do is you're going to step your 2 feet on your band. Now, if this feels like too much tension, right, to be doubled up depending on the weight of your band, you could also just step your feet on it like this and then choke up like so. So either one of those is fine, depending on how heavy your band is. This band is pretty light, so I don't mind doubling it up. I'm going to step my feet on my band. Find your upright position. Slide your hands down your thighs. And then I want you to pull your wrist to your ribs. Now notice my arms aren't up here. They really are kind of down at the bottom of my rib cage. You wear a bra, roughly where your bra line is, and then lower. And I'm thinking about letting my shoulder blades slide back and together, kind of in the same direction as the elbows, trying to keep the chest open. 3. Let's go for about 5 again. You could do more if you like. 4. And 5. All right, stand up. One more thing here. I'll show you from the front in a moment too. Let's just do a few rolls. So warming up our spine should feel good to finish. So you're going to side bend over to one side, round your spine forward. I'm trying to keep my pelvis still. So I'm really moving from my upper ribs and spine over to the other side, maybe around the back if extension feels good, and up. So moving in a little bit of a circle, feeling how my spine can integrate with my shoulders and my ribs. Now let's reverse, down around the other way. Again, these hopefully just feel nice. And one more like that. All right, reset to the center. Last thing we're gonna do here, just hold onto your band, shrug your shoulders all the way up to your ears, let them slide down the back, letting them go in both directions, shrug them to your ears. Let them come down and back. One more time. Shrug them up. Let them come down back. Let that go. And just check in. See how that feels. Just notice if from activating kind of all those areas, if maybe your neck feels a little bit more at ease. It may or may not in a first go, but over time, this type of movement often does make things feel better and feel a little bit less like our neck feels tight or weird, or like it's going to have a knot in it. So I hope you found that helpful. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you want to stay in touch, I'd invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to put out new content at least once a week. And then I also have a newsletter where I send out free tips on pain reduction, Pilates, strength training, fitness, all the things, as well as podcasts and some free workouts. So if you're interested in that, you can join my newsletter via the link that is in the description. So thanks again, and I'll catch y'all later.